Hello YouTubers, today I'm going to show you how to make Thai green chicken, and I'll just run over some ingredients for you first before we start. To begin with, you can make the Thai green with the spices from the beginning, but that obviously takes time. And so I've already got some Thai green paste ready-made here. In this plate I have some garlic, some onions and some ginger. And I've got some Thai pieces of chicken. No coincidence with Thai pieces of chicken with Thai curry, just to not to confuse you. And with it you can put any vegetables you like. But I'm going to put in today some green beans, they're actually yellow, and some carrots, courgettes, some potatoes, and a little bit of broccoli. But you can add any vegetable that you like to your taste. I mean, you can even make it a vegetarian dish without the chicken. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the first step, which will be to cook the onions, the ginger, and the garlic with some vegetable oil or sunflower oil. So I'll just get back to you in one moment. Okay, so I'm going to add some oil. And with the oil, first of all, like I said, I'm going to add the garlic, some onions, and ginger. It's using the induction hob on number 8. Just have to find something to stir with. So basically what I'm going to do first, I'm going to cook the onion and ginger and garlic. It's a little bit brown. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And I'm going to sort of like wait until they start to get brown. And once it's fully brown, then I will add the chicken, cook it, and I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to it, and cook the chicken, and then after that I'll show you the next stage. So now the chicken is into the frying pan for us, and it's falling out. So next after this I'm going to add the vegetables once the chicken is a little bit brown. Turn the heat down a little bit. About 6. To the chicken I'm just going to sprinkle some black pepper, not a lot, just enough to give it a bit extra chili flavor. And stir that. Continue stirring that until it becomes brown. And the reason I'm not putting all the vegetables with the chicken together all at once is because I want the chicken to cook with the oil first. The vegetables, they tend to release water, and that way the chicken doesn't get cooked properly. Okay, so now I've added the potatoes on the carrots. These tend to take a little bit longer to cook than the courgettes and the green beans and broccoli. And I like to keep them a little bit tender, not mushy. So I put them in last. Continue stirring, make sure it doesn't burn. And then once they're cooked a little bit more, I will add the remaining vegetables. Okay, so the next step, I've basically put all my vegetables in this pan, and I'm cooking them slowly on on the oven number 7. And in a separate pan, I'm going to make the Thai green sauce, And basically that's just going to be the Thai green. First of all, we put some oil in, bring it up to heat so it's very hot, and then we add the sauce, and then we will be stirring it to cook the sauce a little bit. And this is not a long process, probably about 1 minute at maximum. And once that's done, slowly I will stir in the coconut oil into the mixture, the fried mixture of the spice and oil, and slowly blending it in, and this way there won't be any lumps. So that's the next item that I'm going to do. Okay, so first of all, in the pan, we'll just make sure that it's got no water, because water tends to be, if it's very hot with the oil, it will spit and be burning people. So wait until it's fully dry before I add some oil. Okay. So we have now a hot pan almost. So we get heat of it. Chili oil. Make sure it's nice and hot. And add the spices. And make sure that that's cooking there. And at the same time, it's going to be smelling a bit because we burn the spices. That's no problem. And slowly add a little bit of coconut and stir. Keep stirring, do not stop. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Keep adding a little bit more. Keep adding. Like so. And then probably I would say, once you're happy that it's not lumpy, put all the 1 can of coconut milk. This one is the coconut milk light. And you bring that to the boil, and that's the Thai sauce almost ready. While the vegetables still burn, no, they're nicely cooking nicely. I like to have my vegetables al dente, as we say, not too mushy, but these are all sort of getting close to being done. Chicken is already done. And when it's finished, we will add the sauce to the vegetables in the next stage. Okay, so now I think the vegetables are not quite there yet, they're almost cooked, but now it's time to add the sauce to the mixture. Vegetables, chicken, and all the other good stuff. And once you've done all that, most of the cooking is now almost done, with just the exception that we need to cook those vegetables just a little bit more, and they're almost done. But I would say probably another 5 minutes. So let's see what it looks like after 5 minutes on medium heat. I would say 5. Put the lid on and come back after a few minutes. Stir it to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay, so now it's just, if you've seen a little bit of adjustment on the video, it's because I moved it a little bit and paused it so that you get a good view of the vegetables and the Thai curry, which is down there. And as you can see, it's almost done. We're just going to keep it cooking at this level for probably another 5 or 10 minutes. And then it will be ready. And the only thing I haven't added up till now is salt. And the reason I don't add too much salt is because there's already plenty of salt in this dish. And on top of one more ingredient that I'm going to add a little bit later is fish sauce. It's very salty, it's fish sauce. And when you add it, you've got to add it, sprinkle it almost. And you don't want to make this dish too salty. You can always add more salt later. So that's the only thing you do. And what I tend to do is I tend to serve the Thai green with the chicken. You can serve it with pasta or rice, or even anything else that you can. But primarily, traditionally, it's served with rice. But I like pen pasta because it's tubular and the sauce gets inside the tubes, and it's very, very tasty. Okay, now come back after 5 minutes, and I can just see that there's still a little bit more cooking to go with these vegetables. The water, you can see when it's sort of almost ready, because now the oil starts to float to the surface. It's not too much oil, just a little bit. And I'm just going to take a little bit of sample, and I'm going to see whether the level of spices is correct and the salt. Carefully you don't burn yourself. Wow, that is spicy. So the last thing I think I need to just tell you is, now that we've done all this, is if you really want to know more about it, please look at the link below for my video. And I also have a blog which is also in the link, which gives you complete details, the recipe and cooking instructions, etc. So that's basically it, cooking this. So one last thing I've got to do is serve this chicken thigh with some rice that I've decided to have instead of pasta. So I will just show you that in one moment. Okay, so now the Thai green is cooked. I've served it with some boiled rice. And the last thing to add to it is some fish oil. Sprinkled some fish oil onto it. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave some comments underneath. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, or you can visit the website on my blog, which is faistars.com, 5stars.com. Enjoy.